Alright, it is manga purchase day, and I have $40 from my budget. I am going to buy only issues to series I need to complete. I am not going to buy anything new. I am not going to go overboard. I am not going to exceed my $40 budget. I am going to stay with it and just focus on what I need. So let's do this. Wait. That came out? I've been meaning to read that. Well, it's just one new issue. That's all I need, just one. Alice in Borderland? That's a series I've been meaning to start. It's hard to get #1 in Barnes & Noble or Books A Million. Alright. Maybe I'll just focus on just those couple, and I'll continue buying for the new series later at another time. That's fine. Oh my god, I've been looking for that Vinland Saga issue. That volume of Vinland Saga, I've been looking for it. Add to cart. Alright, I'm done. Nothing else. No more. I'm done. Done. They got the Sweat and Soap box set too. It's $60-something. I already got too much in my cart. I can't. No, don't do it. Don't hit that add to cart. Don't hit that. I hit that add to cart. I hit that. Nothing else. I am not going to buy anything else. Nothing. How did I get to that much? I'm so deep in it. You have a problem. You really have a problem. Oh, but it's such a fun problem. What's up, everyone? It's Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Crates. Welcome back to Manga Monday. And before we get into today's new series, I want to remind everybody, do not forget to hit the like, share, and please subscribe. We're this close to 600 subscribers. We can do it. So come on, hit that button. Don't be afraid to get this video out there and share it around the world. And watch to the end, because I do have some information on where you can get some deals for some manga. But today we are going to talk about a brand new series. A series I wasn't sure if I was going to like. And it's called Oshi no Koi. And this is from Aka Akasaka. He wrote Kami-sama, Love is War. I know it's me. I need Bianca here to help me with the pronunciations. But we are looking at a story that starts off with a doctor in a very small, rural Japanese town. His name is Goro, and he happens to become a very big fan of J-pop. And there's a specific idol he likes. Her name is Aya. And the reason he likes her is because of a patient he used to have. A 12-year-old girl who, unfortunately, her illness took her life. But she got him into listening to Aya's music, and he became a really big fan. Well, suddenly, unbeknownst to him, Aya shows up at his hospital. And she's undercover, trying to stay low, because it turns out Aya is pregnant. And they enlist Goro to be her doctor and help her with the delivery of her twin babies. Well, he's ecstatic, but at the same time, he's very concerned about Aya because he doesn't know, how she ended up in this situation. Kind of worries about her. She ends up being very sweet. She has a very dark past. She didn't really have a family. She grew up in like foster homes and orphanages. So he bonds with her, and on the night he is due to help her deliver her babies, he's suddenly attacked outside and killed. Well, he wakes up as her twin son, Aquamarine, and I'm not joking, that's what she names him. Again, she's also 16 years old, I need to mention that. So there's a lot of mystery on who killed him, who is the father of Aya's babies. Something also happens that leads now Aquamarine on a mission of revenge. I don't want to spoil too much because this series, despite what the cover looks like, it is, I would call, a murder mystery. It's also reincarnation. But I think it's actually very well done. Now, I haven't read Kami-sama, Love is War. I actually ordered the first 2 volumes. I'm going to give it a chance. But I do like how everything is set up here. I also like how it kind of goes into this look at what fans of idols don't see, like what the dark side of being an idol. And I think, I'm not saying here in America, celebrities, especially singers, teen idols, don't go through something similar. But from what I've seen, especially in the K-pop world, it's very very strict. Like, you are literally, the minute you sign a contract, your life is turned over to this industry. They decide what you look like. They decide what your personality is. They decide what your position is in a group if you're in a group. They decide how you dress. They decide, like, how you interact with people. They literally assign, like, characters to each person. It's kind of like you've got your rebellious, dark, mysterious one. You've got the handsome, suave, prince-like. You've got maybe the innocent baby face. You got the the jokester. It's like you see it, especially specifically in Asian idols. Aya brings up also a fact that, they're not allowed to date, which is something that really happens with K-pop, J-pop, and so on. There are people who work for different kind of like these news outlets that are always trying to expose idols if they've met somebody, and it pretty much ends their career if they find out. Sometimes it might benefit them, especially if they're dating another idol or celebrity, but most of the times they are not allowed to even date anyone. I remember a story about a Japanese idol. They found out she was dating someone and she had to issue this whole apology on a video and even shave her hair off. It was kind of disturbing to see, like, the level of these industry bigwigs go to preserve, like, a certain image they've created out of these people. It's sad in many ways for these idols, because I think also the other thing that was brought up in here that I found also very interesting, because I've heard a lot about this, especially on K-pop side. I follow a lot more K-pop now than I do J-pop, but they don't make as much money as people think they do. I mean, it's very rare if you're somebody who really takes off. For example, BTS, who exploded. You have a few others who exploded. Big Bang, I would say. But a lot of the times, they're in a contract where their training they have to pay back. Travel they have to pay back. They have to pay back a lot of stuff to the company that's created them. So by the time they get their paycheck, it's really not much of anything. So to see that side too, and because Aya becomes a mother, she's got to take into fact that she's got to raise these kids, and she does have the help of her manager and his trophy wife, and there's a reason I call her trophy wife. she pushes herself even further to get more gigs just to make more money, because she wants, as she says to the manager, I want to send my kids to a good school. I want to give them a future. And I was looking at it at a point where, from a perspective of somebody who didn't have anything, she wants to make sure her kids have everything. I mean, she's even was given the opportunity early on to like terminate the pregnancy, but despite what a risk it put it to her life as an idol, she chose not to, because she always wanted a family. And you kind of feel for her, because she's got to live two lives. She's got to live this idol life that her company's created, this image. You know, she's supposed to be innocent, pure. She's supposed to be everybody's ideal girlfriend. But on the other side, she's a mom, a single mom, raising two kids with a very limited paycheck. You gotta give her credit for that. Now, there is the mystery of how she got into the situation in the first place, because even the manager doesn't know who the father of the babies are. And he kind of wants her to be more open and tell him these things, because he is right now pretending to be the father and his wife the mother of these kids, just to keep her image clean. And, you know, there's a point, you still don't see him, but she does reach out to him, and it leads to something really bad. And we don't know if he is the reason behind it, or if there's another person behind it. But it kind of like, there's this shift near the end of the volume that leads into what we see now as the present. Aquamarine is grown up, and his sister's grown up, and both of them have gone into the idol world. Now, Aquamarine, aka Goro, didn't really want to be in the limelight. You know, he likes being a doctor, but when things happen and he sees that he's got this talent for the industry, he decides to use that to go in to this world and solve what's happened. Again, not going to give away too much, because I really do want you to read this. I think it's really interesting. I think, first of all, the cover kind of gives the wrong impression. I think a lot of people would see it and think it's some kind of a cutesy shoujo. It really isn't. It's more of, like I said earlier, murder mystery. Aquamarine, he retains all his memories from, his life as Goro. I mean, he's like this really highly intelligent baby, because he's got the mind of an adult, and he's observing everything, but he's also at the same time realizing he needs to do something about what's happened. And then his sister, she also seems to be a reincarnated person. You kind of find out near the end who that is. Somebody you introduced early on in the story. And, you know, he's got to live with her, and he's trying to find out more about who she was, so, you know, they can come together and play off this, where, you know, her kids. And they gotta remember, they can't tell anybody she's their mom, because then it'll expose her. She can't, they can't, you know, they do any really normal stuff out in the public with her. They do talk the manager's wife into bringing him to her shows, but they gotta remember, they gotta play the part of the manager's kids. It's kind of like this really interesting dynamic. You wonder, too, like, looking at this, how many idols in real life are in this situation? How many of them are faking it in the public, but behind the scenes, like, have a life nobody knows about? I remember there was this really crazy rumor. I don't know if it's true. I don't think it's true, but people were spreading it around. RM, who's like the leader of BTS, there was a rumor that he was married and had a kid. And it was literally picking up steam, but there was no evidence to prove it. The only thing they were going by was he was wearing a ring once on what would be his ring finger, symbolizing marriage. But it was just a ring. I don't think it really was anything, but people were really trying to find out if this is true. And I kind of felt bad for him, because even if it was true, I don't think people have a right to, like, judge somebody for wanting to have a normal, happy life. It was absolutely insane, and I remember it just blowing up. And then there was other ones where they found out people were dating and they were getting like hate mail and stuff. I mean, you look at celebrities here in America, but I'm not saying their lives aren't hard either, but they can at least have like relationships, and sometimes it benefits their career. They can be married and have kids. I mean, they're not really like, it doesn't hamper their career as much as it does these Asian idols, and I feel so bad for them. I mean, I know what they want to get into this because they want to perform, they want to, you know, make music, they want to be successful. But I don't think they should have to sacrifice like a normal family life for that. It's really sad. I mean, K-pop idols, for example, they have to like hold on to their popularity so hard that because like the males go into military for 2 years, and most of the time it ends their career. I remember there was a big singer, and you've probably seen him in movies because he's done some American movies, named Rain. He was like the biggest thing out of Asia. I mean, he wasn't just Korea, he was in Asia. And then he ended up doing some movies over here, Ninja Assassin, and some other ones. He was in some films with like Bruce Willis, and he went into the army for 2 years. And when he came out, his career wasn't the same. So it's like they're trying so hard to hold on to it, and they're trying to find ways to keep themselves popular, even when they have to go out of the spotlight for a while. I've been following. You've probably figured out by now, I am a fan of BTS, but I've been following like Jin, who just went into the army. They had filmed a whole bunch of stuff before he went in, just so they can keep, release it over this period of 2 years, just to keep him fresh in fans' minds. He even was able to get permission from the military to drop photos on his Instagram. It's kind of crazy, like their lifestyle I think is far more insane than we have over here. And it's like one little step could end everything. I mean, I've seen American celebrities do stuff that I would think would end their careers and really didn't, but I'm getting off track. But really, Oshi Nikoi really does delve into like that dark side of Idol. It also like builds up this mystery, and you have somebody who feels he is obligated, not because he's now her son, but also because he was her fan, to do something he normally wouldn't get into, just to get to the root of the issue, to solve the mystery and set things right. He wants to bring justice. And I think it's just a good story. It just brings up so many different things, and it's really well written. And this is only volume 1. I'm hoping it stays on track, and like the rest of it is really good. I know like Sami Love is War has been going on for like, I don't know, is it up to like 30 volumes? I'm not sure. That's going to be, if I like it, that's going to be like a long haul. But then again, I collected all the One Piece, so I can do it. But I hope it does continue to stay good. I really do want to find out who's behind Goro's murder and what else that happens in this story that I don't want to ruin. It's not fluffy. I wouldn't call it really violent. I mean, like his death and something else that happens is kind of like bloody, but it's nowhere on the levels of like Berserk, okay? I wouldn't even call it really sexual. I haven't seen anything that was like overly sexual, so it's kind of like, I think this would be okay for teenagers and up, but it's a good story. It's well written. I also like the art. I think the art is really nice because they design Aya like she's almost like transcends humanity. She's like a goddess. Like she's got this sparkle in her eye that seems inhuman, but it's like enchanting, and that's the whole point of her image. And she talks about that image. She has to lie for a living because that's what she is. She is a false character. She's a fictional character. She's not a real person. And I think like the art really brings out that like fantasy aspect about what she is. Um, and that seems to also get passed off into the kids as they start to suddenly find themselves being pulled into the world of entertainment. Um, but yes, I highly recommend it. Oshi Nikoi. It just came out. I will be following this series, and I will definitely, if it keeps being this good, I will definitely keep collecting it and hopefully finish it out. But now for some manga deals. Are you looking for some deals on manga? Who isn't looking for deals on manga? I'm looking for deals on manga. And this one place I want to recommend is Takara Cafe. He has some great deals. Corey has a big selection. He just got a whole bunch of box sets in. He's got a lot of the new releases. Plus, another thing he has that you won't find in places like Right Stuff or other manga sites, he has out of print volumes, so there might be something you've been looking for. He might have it, so I would suggest going to Takara Cafe. I have the link down below. I also have a coupon code for 5% off, which I have down there. I also want to remind everybody, Tuesday nights is Otaku Tuesdays. The gang and I are back. The squad will be talking about some new releases as well as some news and giving our top 5. Hopefully we'll be getting some new guests too in the future, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, please comment down below. Tell me, have you read Oshi Nikoi? Is there anything else that you would suggest? I am very open to new suggestions. I don't care what genre it is. Tell me about it. I'm willing to check it out. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the next video. Bye!